Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button to stay inspired, to wise up and rise up above these narcissists. And with that being said, at the end of the day, if you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. What that does is it helps with the algorithm to get this video out there to more people who need this message. So if you clicked on this video, you want to know more about when the narcissist starts to realize that you had enough. What starts to happen? At the end of the day, when the narcissist starts to see tactics, like not tactics, but starts to see responses from you that you're starting to get fed up, whether you're defending yourself in the argument, whether you're talking back, whether you're putting your foot down and maybe you're not being on their beck and call as you used to, right? Or you start leveling yourself up and you start seeing certain stuff inside of the relationship. Or maybe you started educating yourself about narcissistic abuse and you're not there yet to get yourself out of the relationship, but you start, not taking their bullshit and talking back. When they start to see certain things like changes inside of you and you start elevating and you start growing, trust me, that's when the narcissist change certain tactics that they have and how they come against you. Basically, they come at you 10 times worse. If they see that you start picking up for yourself, right? They feel like they're starting to lose control over you, because in a narcissistic relationship, all it's about is mainly control. You are their supply and they have control over you at all times. This is why they'll call down your phone 20 billion times. This is why they'll accuse you of certain things. Like, it's all about establishing control. They are master manipulators who will manipulate you in every situation to gain control over you, to always make it seem like they're the victim and you're the problem. You're the issue in the relationship. They're never the problem. It's always you. So when they see that you start picking up for yourself in, let's say, arguments, or just start having little changes of you like gaining back some sort of power, that irritates them. That makes them feel like they're losing control over you. So they'll start to do things that they used to do to you 10 times harder and 10 times worse to establish back control over you, right? That's mainly what it's about, right? And how they'll do that is they'll do vindictive, spiteful things towards you. And then after that, they'll maybe discard you. If you don't live with them, they'll turn off their phone when they're out, right? Or they'll block your number, then unblock it, right? Like, do stupid, childish shit like that. Because in the narcissist mind, they have a very childish-like mentality. So it's just like, if you take something away from a child, or you start to establish certain rules with a child, what do? They act up, they throw a tantrum. And that's basically with the narcissist. When they see you start gaining back your power in any sort of way, they start throwing a big tantrum, right? To gain control over you. So let's say that you guys are not married or whatever, but you guys live with each other. They might go out with their friends and they might just ignore you all night, or go sleep out somewhere else, and they come home late hours of the night. Like, they'll do little shit like that to make you feel bad, to make you feel like shit, to make you feel like something's wrong with you and it was your fault, and to make you crawl. They'll do anything possible to make you crawl back and beg back for their affection, for their time, for their energy. And this, because what are they? They're master manipulators. They'll do anything possible to bring down your self-esteem, right? To gain power and control over you, and for you to come running and chasing back after them to feed their ego. So when they see you're leveling up in any sort of way, that irritates their soul. And again, they have their tactics where they will manipulate you. They will gaslight you 10 times harder, 10 times worse, to break you down again so they can gain back control over you. This is why it's so important, y'all, to educate yourself on these people who have a personality disorder. Stand in the facts and then start learning what does healthy boundaries look like for yourself, and start setting healthy boundaries with these people. Because at the end of the day, they won't stop. They have a personality disorder. All they would really do is basically move on to another supply who they can manipulate, they can gaslight, and they can control easier. That's all it is. The main thing with being in a relationship with you, whether you want to realize it or not, is to gain power and control over you. And they will never admit their wrongdoings. They will never own up to any of this shit that they do to you. So if you're ever looking in a relationship, or let's say a breakup, for closure, they will not give you that closure, because at the end of the day, it's all about gaining power and control over you, right? And breaking your self-esteem down, breaking your self-love down, breaking you just down to your core. This is why when you get out of the narcissistic relationship, you feel like shit after. You feel like something's wrong with you, and you feel the need to beg back after them, because at the end of the day, that's what they were trying to do to you from the get-go, from the start, is gain your trust, gain your love, gain your respect from the fake mask that they put on to gain control and power over you from the get-go. And then slowly by chip away your self-esteem, your self-love, your self-bound, all that shit goes out the window. That's what they want to do, to break you down and gain control over you. So when they see and they start to realize that you've had enough, and they're starting to see that you're starting to gain back a little bit of, confidence, or gain back a little bit of power or control through the arguments or the way you're acting, they're starting to see, you're starting to be like you're reaching breaking point. That's when they will come at you 10 times harder to break your ass down, break you down to the core. They'll do little trigger things that they know that will really, really affect you. It's just like poking. It's like a bully poking at you, trying to break you down to snap. And then when you start to snap, call your ass crazy and make you feel like you're crazy, and tell everybody else out there that you're crazy. They have their pattern, they have their tactics, they have their plans. Like, you think these narcissists don't know what they're doing to break you or put you down? They know everything. Just as much as you start to feel like enough is enough, and you start to see their patterns and see their true colors, they start to realize that you're starting to realize. They see that shit too. They start to realize and see that you're reaching breaking point, which every person out there has their breaking point, right? But at the end of the day, they will push you to the limit of your breaking point. So at the end of the day, if you want to be more leveled up and aware before they decide to discard you, right, is be aware that they're aware that you're reaching your breaking point, and that the only way that you can control the situation is standing in the facts and knowing who these people are, understanding their patterns, understanding their tactics, understanding what their end goal is to just gain ultimate control over you, and realize and say to yourself, is that the type of relationship that I want to spend the rest of my life in? And if not, start working on this and start working on this to figure out how you can level up mentally and emotionally to stand in the fact and get yourself out of that toxic situation. Because at the end of the day, it's only going to go two ways. Either you stay and then gain ultimate power and control over you and abuse you mentally and emotionally, or they end up leaving you for a new supply where they do the same shit they did to you, but to somebody else. And they love bomb them and put on a fake mask. and then belittle you and make you feel like shit. There's only two ways it's really going to go. So I hope that this video has inspired you in some sort of way to understand that they're well aware that you're starting to feel like you're at that breaking point, to feel like you had enough, but you're not there yet. They got plans in session when they start seeing that. So start making your plans by standing in the facts, knowing who they are, studying narcissism, studying their patterns, studying how you can heal mentally and emotionally to move on from them, and work on you before they start working on them and their new supply and leaving you high and dry. I hope, again, this video has uplifted you, inspired you in some sort of way. Stand in the facts, you guys. Keep watching all the videos to wise up and rise up above these narcissists and become the best damn version of yourself today. Join the Wiseupriseup community, you guys. I have my podcast. I have my TikTok channel. I have, obviously, my YouTube channel and my Instagram page to keep you inspired to wise up again and rise up above these narcissists, to gain control back over your life. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again on another video. Take care.